Welcome back to episode 9 of the M4 GT3 build. In today's episode, we are really gonna finalize this front end, which is by far the most difficult portion of the whole entire build. In the last episode, you guys saw us come up with an idea of how to mount the fenders to the car, and guess what? All that work has been destroyed. It's no longer being used. Kyle, over the last week and a half, has redesigned and put in a ton of work on the front end. It looks beautiful. Kyle's gonna tell you guys what he did.
So the fenders didn't work last time because the hood was actually wider than we thought. So we've had to pretty much start all the way over, center the hood, make sure the car's level, lasered it, everything, got the hood mounted first, and that's what you see here, this little tube structure in the front. And then once the hood was exactly where we want, left, right, up, down, we could move to the fenders. So we put the hood on, then we moved back to the fenders, and I actually came out with a lot better of a design. I personally like it because it grabs the center arch as well. It's going to be bolted down underneath the hood overlay, and then I have this front piece, the essential mounts.
I want to highlight the beauty of what Kyle did. The last design was really cool. I loved it. I even said it on camera. But now we have this cool overbuilt gusset design. Kyle really wanted to have this thing look beautiful inside and out, so we put in the extra effort. We now have the plasma cutter in the shop, which I don't know if you guys have seen yet. Kyle's been able to literally just fabricate mounts in a matter of seconds. So we've been able to utilize a lot of the chassis mounting locations to create brackets off of that, which is super, super awesome. We also have a new front end design. This whole front cap Kyle has fabricated using the OEM chassis supports. So all that is great. Now that you're caught up, let's get started with today. Ooh. Ooh, that was almost a drop, folks. That was almost a drop. Oh God, I got it. So, as you guys can see, we decided to add an extra latch in the back. Originally, the race car just has these awesome countersunk parts for the aero catches. Because this is a race car and not a street car, it doesn't have all of the support brackets that the OEM car does. And we really want this car to have that OEM kind of hood latch style. We will probably still factor that in somehow, but we actually added these aero catches in the back. We did that because if any of you guys had an aftermarket hood, a super light carbon fiber hood, and when you're driving at super high speeds, the hood has this like innate little wobble and shake. I've seen it on cars before and it drives me nuts. So we really wanted to add an extra mounting spot because we are gonna track this car. We hope that this car really does see 160, 180 miles an hour at some point. So with that being said, this is necessary. And that's what that box at the corner was. So this car will still latch and have all of the OEM features, but it has a ton of safety mounting locations, so nothing catastrophic ever happens.
So before we put the fender on, you can kind of see like the unnatural, like how flimsy the center of this is. When we just throw the fender on with no mounts, it kind of like slides underneath there. So now that we just have the fender and the hood, our tolerance, I have to push down a little bit, but like you can see how much more support this center section really adds. That was a pretty good estimate on the thickness of carbon too.
I mean, and the real difficulty here is because this carbon is so good, it's so thin, it's so light. So a lot of this stuff has play and it needs a lot of mounting locations to get it to be sturdy. And with factoring in the thickness of the fender, that gap closes up, which is awesome. I saw a lot of comments in the last video, people suggesting on what to do here. So Street Hunter is actually gonna be making a vent that we're gonna glass into this hood. So we will be using the OEM hood, but obviously we don't have the depth here that the race car uses. So we actually, at the current moment, have vents being made that will literally cover this up so we still get the crazy awesome shape. But a lot of you guys gave suggestion and feedback. We appreciate it. Your comments are always read down below. Now what we're gonna do is put in those 4 bolt holes that were on that ridge support that you guys saw earlier. And at that point, we'll have a really, really good structure to start building all the other support brackets for this front fender.
Perhaps when we bolted this bumper together, the slack it was allowing is what's fighting this. So maybe we should mount the fenders first. Maybe just one mount, loosen the entire bumper, bolt it on, and tighten the bump.
You mean loosen all the sections?
Yeah, and then bolt it together. Because I think this gap is more important because we can fight this and make it work.
Yeah, well, what I'm noticing is when I pull up here, well, not that, but this likes to bow. So yeah, it's like setting this. But if we hard mounted this fender, we wouldn't have this like play. But we're gonna mount that first though.
Yeah. So these are non-negotiable areas. I have faith in the bumper being a little off.
Pretty flexible, so there's definitely like some room to be had for sure.
And when we move it, because you can kind of see like on these overlays, like they are a little off. So I'm hoping,
when there's a ridge here.
I'm hoping that it'll just kind of work. Just just work.
Something that you guys haven't seen much of yet is the front splitter on the front bumper. We haven't been fitting it together yet because it unifies all three pieces of the front bumper together. But now that we're finally doing hard mounting, we're gonna add it, and I'm excited to show you guys this. And another thing that you guys haven't seen much of lately is our Street Hunter Z, which coming on June 9th, we are starting the official giveaway, which means one of you guys is gonna be taking home my Street Hunter Z. All you have to do is spend $5 at thehuntercompany.com, and that's gonna count as one entry towards winning this thing. The giveaway is gonna be for 60 days, and we're gonna be dropping a whole new apparel collection on June 9th, as well as 30 new accessories that are gonna start just as low as $5 each. So mark your calendars and set your alarm clocks, because coming on June 9th, it is the beginning of the largest giveaway we have ever done. Now that we have the splitter on, it's gonna be a lot more aggressive towards the inside of the car, or the fitment's gonna be a lot tighter. So we need to hang the oil coolers out of the way. We removed the oil cooler, and we're just tucking everything up and clearing all the stuff that could potentially hit the splitter so we can get that mocked up. And all these oil lines and radiator lines are all gonna be relocated after the fact. The brackets are super loose.
Put the chair, goose.
It's gonna hit.
No shot.
On my side, I'm hitting this aluminum fork.
We marked that earlier.
Yeah, we gotta trim all that.
The splitter
Last-
hits this.
This aluminum thing is bolted into here, which is this.
The radiator mount. So I can make the radiator mount come off this. And essentially, we might be able to get some wiggle room to push this up maybe an inch or so if we need it. But we don't need this. This is the old bracketry.
Yeah, that's what hits. Yeah, I mean, if we can remove this first.
Let's do that.
Okay.
And for the time being, just to see some progress, I'll just put a tab here. It'd be cool to not have that cut. I mean, with the table here, I can make this in 30 seconds. Maybe like 35.
True. Okay, that's true.
That little butt cheek. Okay.
Little Yondom limit trap.
So it is one angled, so we can't rotate it. So I'll make a little plate, little rectangular plate for this to slide into with the bowl just underneath it, and we'll suck it up a little bit too while we're at it. Yeah, can you just like put tension on that, see if it binds on anything when you lift it up? Yeah, let's frickin' utilize that.
It's just all the hoses and shit behind it that will get like pushed up.
This is the lower radiator mount, and it had that bulky aluminum piece that was hitting the splitter. They wanted to trim the splitter. I don't think we should. So I'm gonna make a new radiator mount that comes from the above down. This guy right here is the new radiator mount. You can kind of see like that clips in like that, and then this will weld to the top. This will bolt onto the chassis, and that'll have like its bracket so we can remove it. So that's what we want to see. Red is outside, these are negatives. This is all the part we want. So we go to operation, plasma cut. I always like to up my steel. It throws like a little bit more power out of it. And we can do a dry run to make sure that they fit. Go around the border. So there's max height, and there's max width.
Contact!
So it'll be this way, off the frame. Let's see if it fits. Oh, that's nice. I could have got a little bit tighter right there, but the most important part was that overhang and that bolt hole work. I kind of want to do a little bit tighter tolerance, but I think it'll be fine.
So with steel, you always want to drill super slow with a lot of pressure.
Do the other bit first.
Damn it. Why does it matter?
Because that one sucks.
How do you know?
Because it's blown out.
Like your mom.
Oh.
Dude, your mom's a nut retainer, bro.
I love it. Oh, it's a little big. Why not?
That's pretty in there.
This is the old one. I don't even remember how it went in. Something like this. Yeah, like that. And these are our new low profile M4 competition radiator mounts. This guy just shove it in there.
Wow, that's tight.
I know, right? And then our splitter has all this room now. And this is still fully removable. Now that I'm looking at it, we didn't need to bolt these on, but we did anyway, because this would totally slide out.
Wide load, brother.
But let's check out the splitter.
That actually does a really nice job.
Do you have this piece or no?
No, we didn't buy that.
Okay.
Yeah, so right now we're just pretty much looking at underneath the splitter that everything's in like encapsulated and protected. And now that clearance of the radiator probably got it up like a ½ inch. That definitely did help us a little bit. But all these areas
brackets
are tight, but there's a ton of room.
Remember those brackets went right here.
Yeah.
So we would have seen the cut too.
That's awesome. That worked really well. So now we really have to figure out how we're gonna get the front bumper to sit up because there is a good amount of flex. This is where it gets tough. It's all like body work. We need to figure out how we're gonna close up this gap, and we need to make sure that we can close this gap with the fender mounting spots that we already have. So a little bit of hard thinking to be done, but woo, that front splitter looks aggressive. Now that the front bumper is pretty much seated, we can get an idea of what type of play we have with this front bumper, assuming these fenders are hard mounted, which Kyle really needed that information so that he can figure out how much wiggle room there is when actually making the fabrication mounts for this. So we're gonna take off the front bumper. As cool as it looks, we're gonna get rid of this really quick, and we're gonna go on to hard mounting these fenders so then we can transition back to the front bumper in the building. They're meant for plastic.
Oh. You're probably not though, without even realizing
Is
it.
that an 8?
And then we'll tap those.
Yeah. Typically what we use are riv nuts, but since it's steel and it's thick enough, we could just straight up use a tap. So I'm tapping the hole.
Oh, I looked into it.
Boom! Entire thing explodes.
You can go hard.
That's it.
Nice car.
You have another drill?
Car.
Let's match the bolt size exactly.
Kyle, can you do it? I'm gonna poop.
Oh.
There we go. That helped a lot. That's good, dude. Doesn't catch either way. Here's this.
Kyle's out. I'm in, boys.
I'm gonna go back to doing what I was doing.
Dimes, baby. F***ing dimes. Oh! Oh! TH Fab in the house. Bitch. I can see you.
What?
I can hear you.
Yeah, can you tack it on there?
Yo, did you get that, dog?
I got that, dog.
Did you, Kyle? Look at that. What do you think?
Rate it 1 to
So
10.
sick.
Kyle, what do you think?
Oh, definitely a 10.
Dude, it's like those Instagrams where it's just dimes. Look at those welds, dude. Can I do this whole thing?
No.
No. Just because it
You said I'm good, right? You said it on camera. You said it. You said that was good.
a TJ8.
It is like a...
I
2.
like a 10 is where I think you can be. I've
Yeah.
never seen it.
Yeah,
But from what I've seen,
Huh?
that's an 8 compared to
I was-
what I've seen.
But
you do.
Why? Well, you're gonna grind that anyway.
Yeah. I just with a cleaner weld, you don't have to grind that much. Now let's change.
What?
Dylan, I'm going to shave this now.
Um,
I'm going to shave this. Now.
just do me a favor and do a bunch of on-offs, and all I care about is that it's even. You know what I'm saying? That's all I care about. Keep it up. Keep it up, motherfucker. Keep it up.
What? No.
Keep it up, dog.
I was saying yes.
Oh, my bad. Here, let me undo what I just did.
Don't lick my face. Don't. He's gonna lick my face.
Dude, no, stop. The teardrop. Yeah, it's such tasty. Cheers.
I can't do anything about him.
I stopped.
I couldn't do anything about that, even if I tried. So good. I can't wait till TJ takes it out and goes. Never drives it again. Done. Sold. To the highest bidder, carbon fiber, scraped front lip.
Live and learn. I guarantee it's
Sold. To the man who hates that kind of car.
Such a
Dude. The only car that's getting sold is the 400 Z giveaway. Starting on
Hey!
June 9th, huntingway.com. We're back to day 2. Kyle is about to start mounting up the fab work. Why do I keep saying that? Kyle's about to start making the standoffs for the front bumper. So this thing doesn't need to be held with this stupid chair. Well, it's a nice Viper chair. It ain't a stupid chair, but the stupid chair. So we just put up a little bit of duct tape to kind of create the body gap that we want. And now Kyle just got some measurements from the back side of this front bumper, which I'm sure we haven't shown yet. We'll show that in just a second. And this is gonna be connected to the crossbar that he made on the inside. Do you have anything of value to say? That's all we're gonna get today, folks.
All we had to do was trim these latches on the inside. Kind of have a hook system, and it locates it left, right, and up, down. So we just had to trim that to make the body lines a little better. And then we lifted it where we wanted, matched the body gaps. We took a picture of the inside, you'll see. And then put that on his machine. Oh.
Hey, look at this. Look at this awesome stuff that's gonna be available on June 9th.
While everybody has been working diligently on putting everything visually on the car, I'm chasing down little gremlins that we have to deal with in the future. All of the old electronics had to be relocated. I was able to put the new ground and...
Are you trying to find something? Huh?
I found the drawer 30 seconds ago.
Sick.
This side wasn't that hard to figure out. I just had to put riv nuts to make sure that these were mounted. I only did 2. There's 3 points on each one of them. Doesn't matter. This is the one that was difficult. I had to create a little bracket in the top corner and make sure that this doesn't contact the closing of the trunk, because the plan is, or frame rail out, we want to put the wing mounts there. So that's my parameters. I had to figure that all out. As of right now, we could try and start the car. We shouldn't because there's no oil in it, but we can start the car if we wanted to.
All right, the original thought is we're gonna have some kind of like flat plate here and here. Oh my God, I knew it. Heat wave, give us more because those suck. We're gonna have a flat plate here and a flat plate here to rest the bumper on. And then Kyle's gonna have a tube structure here, and then we're gonna have Zeus's up here or on the bottom of this. But after looking at it, we both agreed that the best way to adhere to the chassis, take a picture of this, template it, and have him plasma cut it so we could use all of this factory structure for the scoops. But instead, we're gonna use all of that to mount it to the car. So now he's gonna show me, do it.
I got one of these. So it's gonna follow that line.
So
Right
hold it
there?
Hold it right there. Now watch, come to the front. So we'll get all of that airflow, which I guess doesn't matter as much for this car, but it'll be no visual obstruction in the front. It'll look how it's supposed to look, and it'll mount perfectly to the chassis to locate it under the bumper. And then we'll probably still put a little tab here to lift this up a little bit. But yeah, it'll look super sleek, and when you take the bumper off, it'll look cool too.
Oh, it's gonna be a little bit of a wiggle because they have to kind of like pop it. Yeah.
We're just adjusting the hood angle by about a half turn. So when we lock it, it really squishes down the rubber to retain it. And then that way it'll adjust this gap a little bit better and hold the front gap of the fender a little better. So now that we have everything centered and aligned and squared, we can kind of play a little bit with the nose of it just to get the fitment right, since we have a really good ballpark. If I lift it like this, how's that?
Oh, it didn't move the mount.
You wanna give her a tack?
I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, I still like these. I can smell my skin burning. Tee-hee. Preload.
That's sick.
And these will get sucked up.
Look at
That's what I'm talking about.
The gap here, the gap here, the gap on that side, this line, that line, all these.
We don't even need to go to SOS Customs after this. No, we will, but that's tight. That's super cool.
Not bad for literally not existing on the car and making everything custom in the front. Oh yeah, and then look dead center. Watch dead center. There's nothing there, right? And then give it a little offset.
Yeah, and you can see the brackets. That's tight.
We should paint those black.
And those brackets should be painted British Racing green.
Are those tabs good on the cross?
Oh, there's no tension on it, dude. There's no tension on it.
Sick. That makes
Wow.
Yeah.
Sick.
That has
Damn.
such a different effect now that it's...
I should have done that first.
Oh, got you, bud. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Oh, now you can see it like this. Oh, that's cool, huh?
Yeah. Come look in here. Yep. Sick. That's really cool.
Damn, that is really sick.
Dude, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
That'll all get boxed in and welded. There's a little bit of a gap, but not a big deal. So now I am good to go. I can do my tube work, coolers, all that crap.
You're good. That was enough. Thank you.
All right, see you
For the
guys.
coolers,
We'll call you on the next one.
All right, yeah, I'll send you the invoice.
No, that's for I'm good.
this is sick, Kyle, too. And you see it like this, and you get like the effect of all the framework you built. I'm telling you, all of this BRG would be super rad.
You can do whatever you want.
Oh, trust me, I will. I will.
I'll let you do.
Diaphragm just went like it just made me laugh immediately.
I'll give you a little reach around.
Oh,
Wait,
metal
hold
bar.
on.
No, we trimmed
It snugs up. Oh, you trimmed the headlight?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh yeah, look at that. Somehow it clears. Oh, it gotta go in like an inch.
Does it stay if you let go?
No.
No, I have it. Just you guys can go back and look at it. I got it.
I mean, there's nothing to look at. We've seen it.
I got it. I got hands on it.
Those were the laser headlights. They were an upgrade.
You guys can go back and look at it. I got it. I got it. Oh, give me a second. Nothing in my senses.
That's what you were just doing. I don't remember where it was.
You can just support. Just give me another hand in there somewhere, Tej.
I got it. I'm holding it.
Set the world on fire.
Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh yeah. Do you remember hip clips? Yeah, I just brought that back.
Oh, they are plastic in a or a square on a little keychain, and you'd plug them in, and they'd have one song.
One song.
Yeah.
One of my songs was. Oh yeah. See, I like that a lot more.
I'm also
Wow.
in agreement.
I'm not wagging.
Is that
wagoning.
exactly-
Oh shit!
It's like
Kyle's gonna weld my fucking fingies.
ooh, slag.
I'm gonna go for it. It's
Do
gonna
it,
be
do
a
it.
good one.
Yep. Let her.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. This guy's gonna go right there. Something like that. We gotta hold the headlight in place. So, this is the third mount. Just waiting on a second hand to adjust the headlight, and then we'll weld that in. It's got a press brake on the bottom, and it bolts into the factory spot. So we have all 3 of 3 factory spots bolted in. Super nice. That should do the job. This will be fun.
I'm sure you can see it on my face. I'm exhausted. I think everyone at this point is exhausted. We've put so many hours into this, especially Kyle doing all the fabrication, and both these dudes came in when we were filming the Porsche video and did a lot of work, and we've been putting in a lot of hours. I'm really happy with where we are. I can't wait to be done with this. I feel like we're over a month in of putting in 8-9 hour days of work, and it's almost in like a weird sense. We don't have too much to show for it because there's stuff everywhere. There's a lot of detail work in here that I'm sure we're not really catching all in the videos. Like, there's so much stuff, but I'm really happy. In today's video, we got to finish the mount systems for the fenders. We got the fenders mounted. We got the front bumper mounted. We finished the hood mounts. We got the headlights mounted, and this is all final mounts. I'm super happy with that. In the next few days to come, we'll focus on getting the radiators mounted. You can kind of see it floating here right behind this air channel, so those get proper amount of air. Kyle's gonna add a few more structural supports for the bumper, finish the right side of this headlight, and we'll be able to, from that point forward, focus on getting the inside of these fenders mounted, because right now they're kind of free floating. This will have to be tucked up, and you can kind of see here how much extra room we'll get in this fender well, and that's really crucial because to get these big front wheels to scrub, go lock to lock, we're gonna need a lot of room. And once we get all that done, we will get to move on to something I'm super excited about, which is gonna be coming in the next week or two, and that is making the wing and making the custom wing support stands for the trunk. I'm very excited about that episode. So If you guys don't want to miss anything coming up, be sure to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you get updated every time we upload a new M4 GT3 video. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out and keep moving forward.
What do you mean, which side?
Which side?
Oh, Calvin.
Who was that?
So
It's a
this
drawing,
one,
dude.
It's a nice drawing, dude.
It's all just us eyeballing it, all of us.
I mean, we did use
All right, well, now it's our bumper time.